Hello and welcome to a beautiful morning here in equally beautiful Nova Scotia, a beautiful winter's morning, December the 28th. Lovely cold morning. It's about 2 or 3 degrees, but the sun's sort of out, and as you can see it's all still frosty and very still, no wind today. So I'm outside, as you can see, rather than in my sort of sports room stroke winter workshop, and I'm going to do a bit of pallet work today. If you've been following my last video, I've just done a bit of a bathroom refurb and done a bit of pallet work in there. You know, put a pallet splashback, as you can see, and in my last video I made a toilet roll holder out of pallets, which is I don't know if you'll agree or not, I think looks absolutely superb in there. Turned out really well, pretty easy to do. And I thought, for this video here, I need to make a towel rail. So I thought I'd have a little go with pallets as well. Now, for the toilet roll holder, and I bought a bit of a set, you know, like the toilet roll holder, and I used that for the actual spindle in the actual holder itself. And I also had a metal bar with the set as well. I could have got a metal bar from anywhere, but I just thought it was easier that way. And I could have actually used the brackets and just stuck it on the back of a, you know, used the pallet, cleaned it up, put some brackets on there and stuck it on there like this. Easy enough. But I thought I'd have a try something different here. So the old sort of the ends or the base bits of pallets come like this often, and I thought I would chop down one of these like so to make the bit that the actual toilet, the bit that the actual bar slots into. What do you reckon? Well, that could be a good idea. I reckon this should be, again, not a particularly difficult job. So what I'm going to do, this is not the actual one because I just chopped this down quickly to show you, it's a bit ropey. I'm either going to use this small one. My preference is to use this back here. Nice, I like the colour of it, but it's a bit wonky, as you can see. So I'm going to cut it down, sand both this one and this one, and then see what they look like up against the wall and that, and see if it's too wonky or not too wonky, whatever. But first of all, my first job is to sand this piece down, and then what I'll do is I'll get to cutting that, and obviously we'll put the little the bar, a recessed hole in there. Right, so first things first, I'm going to sand the 2 bits of wood down, and we'll get back to you. I say we, that's a royal we, as in I'll get back to you. Okay, so I have only sanded one down, sanded the big one down. In consultation with Mrs. F, we've decided we like this, and when I sanded it down, I really decided I liked it, because again, some really nice pattern bits on there. Don't know if you can see the sort of the striping bits across the top there. I really like the look of that, and that will be sort of on the top of the towel rail holder as I'm sort of taking my towel off, whatever. So I like the look of that on there, and again, nice along the bottom here, nice grain. Really like the piece of wood, so I'm going to use that. And it didn't look that bent when I had it up against the wall. Okay, so that is the bit sanded down. I haven't got any nails in there or anything on this one. Now to the actual side holder. I said I was going to use something like this. When I put this one up against there, it looks a bit short, missing, and that's just like one of these cut off like that. So what I've decided to do is I'm going to cut it off sort of down here, so that we get this top bit and the bottom bit as well, so it goes all the way from one to the other, so it looks like it's, you know, supposed to be all the way along. I think it looks in proportion, that's the phrase. So I'm going to have a little go at that. So I'm going to saw it off there and sort of down here, and we'll see what it looks like. I'll be right back. Right, so I have sanded down, cut down and sanded down my ends for the actual pole to go in, and I think they look quite good. Hang on. As you can see, voila. Can you see? Have I got that right? That'll look quite good, that. Okay, so that's that bit done. Now the next bit is I need some holes for the pole to go in. Easy enough. It would be if you had all the tools, but I've got the hole cutter that I used for my toilet roll holder, which is just a little bit smaller. But if I waggle it about a bit, I think I can probably get it to work. We'll have a look. Be right back. So, oh, hang on. First of all, where was I? Right, so I want it sort of in the middle of the bit that comes out. So I want it around there type thing. If you can see that. You'll obviously see when I come back and I've done the holes. Hello and welcome back, my friends. Well, it's been a few hours since I last spoke to you. Well, obviously it's literally just a second on the video, but I've had some lunch, been for a walk, messed up my little holes, which I'm going to show you. So, like I said, this hole cutter bit was a bit smaller than the actual diameter of the pole, so I had to manoeuvre it round a bit, and I made a bit of a mess of the actual holes. So when you put it in there, it looks well scruffy, not good at all. I thought, I'm gonna have to go round, try and find another bit of wood that I like, cut them, etc. But no, as I have a BA in making do, I thought, what can I do to make it look better without having to do all that cutting wood? So I had a little search around my Aladdin's cave of bits and bobs, and voila! I found some little, I think they're from a shower or something, whatever it was. The point being, I can put these on, and that fits in nicely, and I think that looks quite good. So the moral of the story first is obviously make sure you get a hole cutter that's the right size, or just go for that idea. Quite like that. It's got a bit of a back. What I've done is I've screwed it in, but it had a, hang on, where's the other one? It had a bit of a back bit on it as well, so I could have made a hole if I'd, you know, had this idea in the first place, that big, and just inserted it in and screwed it in. But either way, that's an elegant solution, I think. I quite, well, very much like. I think it looks much better than actually going in. So there we go. So I'm going to put that on the other one, and then let's think about how we're going to screw these onto the actual piece of wood. Be right back. Let me just do this one. Right, so just lining these up to see how I'm going to do it, and that's sort of what it's going to look like. That clamp is pushing this out a bit, but when it's straight like that, there we go. That's what it's going to look like. Like it. Okay, so I'm going to use the old biscuits and this biscuit cutter to join it to the back. If you ain't got one of them, there's various ways. You could use dowels, so you could drill some holes in the back and in the actual back board itself, and put some dowels in and glue them, or you could literally just put some screws in the back into there. But I'm going to try and be a good carpentry type person and use these biscuits. So what all that's going to do is I'm going to slice into the back of there and in the back of here, and they're going to join in like that. I don't know if you can see that. So a bit of the biscuit in each side of it. And I might put 2 in actually, and then glue them on, and that should keep them nice and steady. I mean, there's not a lot of weight going in there. It's only a towel, but I think I'll do it that way. So I'm not going to give you a tutorial on how to do biscuit joinery, because I'm no expert on that anyway. So I'm sure you can, if you know that's the way you want to do it, and you know, or you're just about to learn that sort of thing, you can find a YouTube video on that. I'm just going to get on and stick these on, and then we'll get to the last bit, which is putting this up in the bathroom. Quite pleased with that. Hello, welcome back. Well, first thing to say is I turned my back for 5 minutes to have a cup of tea, and it's gone and snowed on me. As you can see, a winter wonderland all of a sudden. But I'm nearly there, so I thought I might as well finish it off out here. It's actually warmed up now, and all that snow is just deciding to melt on me as well. But I've finished it. I don't mind telling you, I've had a right malarkey. So I made a complete and utter pig's ear of the biscuit joinery routine. So in the end, I went back to just screwing them in the back. Nice and easy like that. I should have had a little practice. I've not done a joint that way before with the old biscuit joiner, and like I said, I made a bit of a pig's ear of it. So just went back to plan A, or whatever it was. But there we go. Not my best thing I've ever made, I think, but I reckon it will do the job. Looks good. Again, I like the difference between the shininess of the bar and the old wood, but nice and cleaned up, and the different grains are looking good on there. So all it needs now is for me to put it up on the wall. Should we go and do that? Right, there we go. One towel roll for the use of. Actually, when I was putting this on, it occurred to me that I could have, if I'd had another bar, etc., have put one there and had one on the top and the bottom. Maybe for future modifications, maybe in another bathroom or so. But, might as well get a towel up there. There we go. Tested and assessed serviceable. Job's a good one. Now, what can I do next? We'll have to see.